We've been busy little beavers. Well, I don't know what beavers are. Busy little bees getting everything ready. I'm just going to make this tidy. Put that on there. While we've got a few of you joining us. And the sun's shining. Do you know what? I can actually remember. I can remember back 13 years ago when we was just doing the shop out and it was so warm. We had our shorts on. The sun was beaming down and we were inside getting slat wall put up and filling pegs. Yeah. Mind you, we're not far off of it now. I think it was definitely warmer. Just take that off. I know what's going to happen. It's going to be one of these where this silly Facebook isn't going to let me see the messages. Oh, never mind. We'll see how we go. I'm going to ask Paul just to double check on it for me. But thank you for joining me. As you know, it's Dragons Papercraft 13th birthday. So what we wanted to do was put together some really, really amazing deals on your essential things, the things that you use all the time. And we've got other offers on as well. I've got a script, you know. He's written me a script. So everything is live on the website now. And what you will find is 10% off Julie Hickey Designs, off all of the card, off anything Jamie Rogers, off selected tools, off Funky Fossil, and off Art by Marlene. We're going to be giving away free gifts when you spend over £30. And we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 super deals for you. Well, actually, it might be 13 because I would have done that for a reason, because it's 13 years. I hope there's 13 now. Right. As always, I'm going to flip you round and I'm going to take you straight over to my bargain table. How does that sound? There we go. Paul, could you do me a favour? Could you just check Facebook, because I've not got any comments, any nothing up. I know it sometimes does it, but can you just make sure that we're all okay? Thank you. Okay, so this is I'm just going to stand back. This is our deals on the table. It goes round the back as well, and of course they're going to be in and amongst all of this gorgeousness as well. So, without further ado, let's go. Where shall I start? I think I'm going to start here. Okay, so the first deal is the Studio Light mini die cutting machine. Now, the RRP on this machine is $59.99, and when they first came out, we absolutely sold them at $59.99. These are $29.99, which is an absolute steal. Everybody needs a little mini die cutting machine, and I'm going to take you around this in a little while when I take you up to my table, and I'm going to show you all of the items individually. But you get your cutting plates in there. There's an adapter plate for if you've got any of the mini embossing folders. So you get 2 cutting plates, a mini an embossing folder adapter. My words aren't coming out today. And you also get an assistant shim, and I'll explain all about that when we get up there. So these are $29.99. It's half price. Absolute bargain. Next deal. Right, so we have the Studio Light stamp press. Now these are $27.99, but on offer £15. It's a really nice size. It's transportable. They're spring loaded. Again, I've got one on my counter so we can go through that. It comes with 2 magnets. Yeah, just really light, portable. And, you know, like if you go to classes or if you go to like little crops or workshops, it's a handy one to travel with you. So that is a massive saving as well. Not quite half price, but nearly, bar £1. Okay, so next deal is our Studio Light paper trimmer. Now, these are normally £26.99. So if I told you that they were on offer for £20, you'd say, wow, that's a deal. I'm going to get one of them. But I'm also going to give you a pack of blades worth £4.99. So trimmer and blades for £20. Absolute bargain. That's deal number 3. I hope there is 13 deals now. I'll have to make one up if there's not. Right then. Another essential. We all use so much glue. I absolutely love the tacky glue. And what we've got here is 2 bottles of glue. And, let's get rid of that. £8.99. Oh, is it £9? Okay, we're keeping the penny on that one. £9. So you'd normally pay £9 for the 2 glues. You're getting the applicators free, and they are worth £2.99. So that's a steal as well. That's number 4. Then we have got the black permanent ink pads. Now, these are brilliant. They're like the equivalent to VersaFine, but a lot cheaper. So, now, this bit is important. If you go on the website and you see these singly, they'll be £2.99. If you want the deal, where you can buy 2 for £5, you have to shop the deal, which is in...
All those deals are in the Facebook Live.
Okay, every single deal that we've got on offer is in the Facebook Live tab. Apart from the 10% ones, and they'll be in their normal categories. So 2 for £5, but the offer deal is in the Facebook Live tab. Again, brilliant if you go in to workshops and you want to have one in your craft bag, one at home. It's just really handy to stock up on items like that. Okay, another must-have is your water brushes. Now, these should be £11.99. These are on offer at... I've lost my piece of paper. I'm going to guess £7.50. My piece of paper's up there. I can't reach. Let's have a look. Water brush, yes, £7.50. That's saving you £4.49. So that's a great deal. I can't remember what number we're up to now. Now then, Duo acrylic markers. These should be £14.99. And I'm looking on the sheet and I can't find them. Acrylic markers, £7.99p. So they're 12 pens, but 24 colours in there. Acrylic, they're water-based, but they've got the acrylic in. So they're going to go on to your non-porous surfaces, like your glass, like your acetate, like your vellum. I mean, I don't know if any of you can remember back. I did a demo on Create and Craft with these, and I coloured the back of vellum, pattern vellum, out of one of Janine's Mindful Art pads, and they absolutely went crazy. It looked amazing. A real must-have. If you haven't already got them, I would definitely be putting them into my bag. I haven't got one comment up still, Paul. Is it all right? Yeah. Good. It's just my silly phone. Okay, now, if you're going to go for these at £7.99, you might... Oh, hang on a minute. Let me show you the colours, because I did a little colour chart, look. So there are your colours on white. And there are your colours. Oh, there's lots. Is there any questions? Water brushes. Do you have to press to make the water flow? Yes, you absolutely do. Well, once you've squeezed it to flow the water down, then it should really flow by itself. But I will show you these up at my desk as well. Keep your eye for any of the questions. Right then, so moving along, we have now also got the complete ink collection. There's 26 ink pads in there. So 24 colours and 2 black pads. And that gives you all of those. Now, these are water-based ink pads. They're not water reactive, they're water based. So you can blend with them, you can stamp with them, you can heat emboss with clear powder on them. You can paint, I've forgotten where I've got up to. Yeah, pretty much anything apart from your faux bleaching. And the great thing about these two items is that your colours coordinate. So there will absolutely be a yellow that matches that yellow. There'll be a teal that matches that teal, a blue that matches that blue. And you can layer these on top of these. So I think a real nice duo. Now, these should be... why can't I see it on my sheet? Point to him. Water-based ink. Right, $34.99 is the RRP. How much do you think? Well, you've probably already gone on the internet to see. $19.99, which is amazing.
Question, $29.99.
Question for what?
Die cutting machine.
What, how much is it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just zip back over. $29.99 on your die cutting machine. Half price, that is. Fabulous deal. Okay, so here we go. Those of you that watch my demos will see me use these inks every single day. The deal that we've got on them is just amazing. If you was to buy all 6 packets, it will cost you £42.94. Today, if you buy all of them, we're going to throw in a free black ink pad, and you are going to pay £27.96. Absolutely amazing. Even I'm going to just throw this out there. I'm getting another set because I use them so much, and I know then that I'm never going to run out. Because obviously they will run out if you keep using them over and over like I do. And at that price, if you love them like I do, let's just show you this. These are the colours that you get. So they're in trios. So you've got your browns, you've got your greens, you've got your reds, you've got your blues. Whoa. Paul, can you get that? Can I borrow your hand? There you go. You've got your purples, and then you've got your pastels. But so you've got a simple blend on the top row. How gorgeous are them inky pickups on the bottom? And they're so vibrant. That's what I love about them. Now these inks here will work alongside these inks. You can mix and match them, no problem at all, because they're both water-based. So all of the techniques that you know and love doing, you can do with one set or both sets. They just work fabulous together as well. Right, they're the main deals. Let's go around the corner because we've got more. Art by Marlene apron. It should be... Oh, I've written it on my sheet at the bottom. The RRP on this apron is £25.99. But you're going to pay £19.49. But no, you're not. Because you're going to get 10% off of that. Because that's one of the categories that's got 10% off. So that takes it down even more. I can't work it out because my brain's not working. It's about another £2 off, isn't it? So £17 something. They are fab colours. How do they compare to oxides though? Okay. How do they compare? Right, oxide is dye-based and pigment mixed together. Whereas these are just dye-based. So they're still going to be more transparent than an oxide. But they are actually quite creamy when you look at them. They're on a spongy foam pad. And again, we'll go more into that when I get back to the table. But good question. Okay, so these ones on offer. Now, we've got the creator card dies. These are from $7.99 down to $2.99. Now, we've got foiled in black. And if I turn that over, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 designs on there. And you get 5 of each in the packet. But these are in the category that's got 10% off, aren't they? So they're going to be cheaper than $2.99. You've got foiled in black and you've got foiled in gold. Again, really good for a quick card, but definitely cut into them. You're getting 5 of each design. You can use your circle dot, all of your little cutting dies, your matting and layering dies, you can cut into these and they look fabulous. Right, moving along, we have got some glosses. Now, there is 4 packs of glosses in here. Should be $11.96 down to $5.98, but you get 10% off of that as well. So that's a cracking deal. Now, we've got some Christmas stamps here. We've got some singles and we've got some bundles. So first of all, singly, we've got the Globe one, which is essentially Christmas #1. That's available on its own for $2.99, but it won't be because it's going to have 10% off as well. And also, essentially Christmas #3 is available on its own for $2.99 and an extra 10% off. Or, in here, you can have essentially Christmas #1, 2 and 3. So the 3 stamp sets from the collection for £7.99 instead of £26.97. But guess what? You're going to get 10% off that as well. So it's like a double discount. I was searching for some samples. Here's some of the Christmas cards that Paul made last year. Cool, it was last year, wasn't it? Just using some of the elements from those 3 stamp sets. He does do the Christmas cards for the workshop ladies every year. And we work out a design together and then he sits and makes them. But then maybe if you're doing your kinetical type cards, they all work on there too. A real nice trio. Right, now, as mentioned, you are going to get... I've got one more big, massive deal up here for you. I'm going to walk up here. Everybody that places an order over £30 is going to get a free gift, okay? But we've got one super deal here. This is my Nature's Dream 2, and I've managed to secure some stock at a ridiculous price, okay? I've put together a bundle, which is one of everything that's in stock. Now, going from the main bundle, when it got released, there was 2 stencils. There's only 1 stencil available, okay? But I've got everything here. So you're going to get one of these. One of these. Oh, nice bit of griddage. The silhouette stamp. The botanicals. The vintage stones embossing folder. The 3D botanicals embossing folder. The floral elements. The thistle. The Polaroid stamp and die. The thistle stamp. The A6 card shape. The botanicals stencil. The bag stencil. The die cut paper pad. And the 8x8 paper pad. All of those elements, plus you're going to get free an A7 stamp set. You're going to get a die cut set there with the envelope in. You're going to get a lovely A6 love letter stamp set. You're going to get Tweet Celebration stamp set, and you're going to get You're So Tweet stamp set. Now, they all total up to over £40, way over £40. But just to keep it simple, I'm going to say you're going to get £40 worth of stuff for free. And all of that, and you can make all of these different kinds of cards or journal pages or bags. Now, it should cost... Paul, it's not on there.
Yes.
Where? Aha, Nature's Dream bundle deal. That should cost £122.80. That's without the free gifts. $59.99, and you're getting over £40 worth of free gifts as well. $59.99. I would be thinking Crafty Friends Christmas presents, birthday presents, maybe Craft Club. I know quite a lot of you have got it, but at that price, it's just like, wow. £59.99. We're limited on the stock. When it's gone, it's gone. And that is the same for all of these deals. It will be first come, first served. The promotion is on for 48 hours, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to flip you back round. Or, yeah, 48 hours or while stocks last. I'm going to click this in. Please, may you have a look at... Can I have your phone? I'm just going to have a look and see if we can catch up with a few of you and see what's going on. Okay. Wow, wow. Beautiful stamps. They are. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. For parchment and vellum. I know what you're talking about there. That is the acrylic markers. They absolutely are. Will the pens work on parchment? Yes, they will. That's okay, Donna. You're here now. Fab colours. How do they compare to the oxides? You see... I know we've covered that, and I'll show you the inks now. I wouldn't compare them to oxides because oxides are on a shelf there, okay? And it's the same with distress inks. These are like alternatives, more affordable. That's how I look at them. But that doesn't falter with the quality. Thank you for your order. Get that off my screen so I can still see you. Kate, we've covered yours for the machine. Right, okay. Let's have a look at these items individually. Do you want your phone back? I really could do with it, but, you know. Right, let's start off with the die cutting machine. And I'm going to flip the camera and bring you over and show you exactly... I don't know why, but that seems a bit wonky. Here we go. Right. So this is the machine. It's nice and compact. It's small, and it has this slide-on base. So you just slide that across, and then on the bottom you've got these little kind of rubber bits that they won't suction cup, but they're like anti-slip. So that isn't going anywhere. And in the box, you get 2 cutting plates, and you'll notice that I keep one clean until I have an accident and forget. And then I've got 1 cutting plate there. This is an assistant sheet, and what that is used for is to like added pressure if you've got an intricate die, basically.
Hello, Joan.
And then you have got the plastic shim. This one is for if you're going to use embossing folders. Now, you don't have to remember anything because you've got all of the information printed. So on this side for embossing folders and on this side for cutting dies. So I did find at home a little embossing folder. This was one of the gorgeous ones. Let's get a little bit of card. Right. Get a bit of card. I would pop that inside. I would have an A plate and then this adapter and just wind that through. Let's move that out of the way. And that gives you the most beautiful embossed design. Now the size of the plates are 3 inches by 6 inches, which is really quite a good size. You all know and remember this. This is from my new collection. You've all gone crazy for it. It's quite intricate. We've got lines going across. I'm just going to grab a sheet of card. I'm going to pop it onto my cutting plate. I'm going to pop the die on. And I'm going to put the lid on. Now, it's intricate, so I would expect really to put my, assistant shim in there. But I'm just going to wind that through once, just to show you. And have a look. Now that... Okay, so we've got some cut. I wouldn't expect that to cut first time, going through that way. But that's why we've got the assistant sheet. But I want to show you 3 things, because this is important in die cutting. A lot of people think, well, if it doesn't cut first time, then no, it's no good. But look, I'm going to go through. I'm coming back on myself.
Okay.
Okay, so now this,
Yeah.
these are all cut now, just by coming back on myself without using my assistance sheet, okay? So I've got to tease them out, but look what happens if I put this through now. Pop that in there, put my assistance sheet on, then the lid, and go through. I'm going through once. Straight out. It's all about getting the right layers. I would always say, do it without the assistant shim and go forward and back. But if you want speed, put your assistant shim in. Now, you don't need to use that if you're using just a simple shape, because you will just end up mangling your sheet when you don't need to. And if you do mangle this sheet, it's kind of like a piece of don't know what the word is. I'd say maybe you could replace it with a sheet of acetate or something like that. Let's have a look at cutting dies, because I'm sure loads of you have got dies like this. These are my sentiment dies. Oh no, that's fine. I nearly went one too far. But if I just take out one of these words, I'm not going to get my big machine out. I'm just going to whiz it through on here. Now, that I would class as an intricate die, but if I just go through, I'm going to come back because I want ease when I pop it out. Pop that out, and we've got a beautiful cut. I always have this little machine on my desk. I've got a number of different ones. I've got some Sizzix ones here in the shop that I pass around for the ladies to use during workshops, and they're fine, but the plates are a lot smaller than this. In fact, I'm going to show you the difference. There you go. That's a lot of space. So that is the difference, and that is your that's your die cutting machine. I just think it's a really handy size. It would be a great gift. I'm not going to mention. I am going to mention it. Christmas gifts. I hate saying Christmas because we're not even in flipping April yet. But think ahead. Whilst they're at this price, you can absolutely bag a bargain. That one there then, that's our die cutting machine. And again, for storage, I'm just going to take that off because it doesn't take up any space at all. Now, what's another essential that we all need in our craft stash? 100% a good trimmer. Now, this one has got a cutting tool and a scoring tool, and that comes in the packet when it arrives. Again, on the bottom, you've got these little anti-slip pieces, so if you're doing it on a glass mat, it's not going to slide all over the place. This has got an extension arm that comes out, and I bought myself along some card so that I can just show you one of the bonuses, because I always used to be a guillotine girl. I wouldn't entertain a trimmer, but then I realised that actually if I wanted to be doing these different fancy fold cards and taking the middle out of pieces of card, then I needed a trimmer. And I have to say, this is a really, really good one. For the price, is just amazing. And when your blades run out, it's only going to cost you $4.99 to replace and get 2 cutting blades, which is brilliant. So say if I wanted to make just a simple stepper card, I'm going to put the edge of my card on 3 centimetres, but this is your cut line and it's a channel. You've got no cheesy wires or anything. I'm going to put it on 3 centimetres and I'm going to cut from 3. So I'm looking at the end. In fact, I'm going to lift this up so that you can see it. It's marked, that line there, that's the where the point of the blade is. So I'm going to cut from 3 down to 18. The reason I'm doing 18 is because that's going to be 3 centimetres past the cut line. And then I'm going to move it, and this time I'm doing 3 on this side, and I'm going to do the same. So this time I'll go from 18 up to 3. Now I need to flip this. I'm going to put the cutting edge, the cutting tool at the top and bring in my score tool. And I'm going to put it on 3. And I'm going to score there. So between the lines. And I move this along to 6. And again, between the lines. I'm going to move it along to 18. Between the lines. And last but not least, I need to put a halfway point in. So I'm going to go on 15. And I'm going to score from the bottom up to the cut line. And from the top down to the cut line. That is probably one of the quickest stepper cards that you can make using a trimmer. Now, I used to do all of this on a scoreboard and go between scoreboard and, let's get the creaser out. But with the trimmer, having that score facility on, it just takes the effort out of it. How quick and easy is that? So I just think the trimmers are a very important piece of your craft stash. So that is, I mean, I could go on. I could probably sit here for 2 hours showing you different techniques on that you can do with your trimmer. But it does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you a straight line. You need to make sure your card is butted up to this top. If it isn't, then you are going to get a wonky cut. If you have it, once it's in, hold the card and onto this lever here, and then you're going to get a straight cut. So that's our trimmer. I'm going to move that over because we've discussed that. Now then, let's move on to our stamp press. So if I show you from this side, you can see these little balls. These are the spring loads, okay? When you open it up, you'll think, well, what's she got on there? Okay, I've just got some sticky grid sheet. It's the Sizzix sticky grid sheet on there. It does come with 2 magnets, so it will magnet your card in place. But for me, it just helps. Let me get a bit of card. Question? Go on then, QQ question.
Do you need to put code in? No, no codes needed.
No codes needed at all, no. If you want any of the specific deals, they're under the Facebook Live tab. And if you're looking at any of the categories that have got 10% off, you're looking at Julie Hickey Designs, you're looking at Jamie Rogers, you're looking at Art by Marlene, you're looking at the card, Essential Card Stock. What else was it, Paul? Lots. You'll see them. They'll all have banners on. Thank you. These orders are coming through. Lovely. Thank you. Right. So I'm going to just pop my card in and stick that down. It's not going to move anywhere. If I didn't have my grid in, I'd just be pegging it down with my magnets. Both work fine. I just feel quite comfortable with the sheet on. So it's going to work in exactly the same way. Let's use a little bit of my... this is always on my desk, so I'm just going to pick it up. This is just the ABC from Nature's Dream. Of course, it's got ink on it. Let's just... Now, is that going to be too dirty for me to use? Let's see if I can clean it. Okay. So let's bring these inks into play. They're a spongy kind of feel. And they're just gonna, you can stamp with them, you can squidge your ink out, pick it up and paint, you can blend. Do you know, like if you're making a card, now there's clean crafters out there, I'm hoping you know what I mean by that, kind of clean and crisp, where they would ink, my stamp's upside down, but it still looks fab. They would maybe die cut out a tag, or they might do like a cloudy sky, but they just want a subtle blend of ink. No technique, just put this little blend of ink in. These are perfect for that. So doing a little bit of rainbow, let's just go in for some blue. They are fabulous. I absolutely did have a whale of a time when I was demoing with these on Create and Craft. They were fabulous. And we sold so many of them, and I can say that they were a lot dearer than what they are on our special deal. So let's just take that out. You're getting that same precision. Let's just get that out. Oh, that's it. That same precision, but that kind of rainbow blend that you would get in any stamping platform. The only difference is that when you pull that over, that's not going to mark your card. It will only mark it when you commit and press down, because you've got those spring loads on each corner. So I think, again, a fantastic deal for £15. And that it is while stocks last. We won't be able to get them at that price again. So let's take that one off and pop that onto there. So when does the offer end, Paul? When does it come off of the internet?
48 hours time.
In 48 hours time? So on Thursday morning it will be coming off. Right, okay.
About 11, 12 o'clock.
Round about 11, 12. It's all set like on a timer on the website, so that will come off on its own. Right then, let's have a little look at water brushes. Now, Paul, do you know where the set of water brushes has gone that was on my table? I put them on there and I says, I'm having them. I know what you're like because you take things back off me, but I'm just...
You don't pay for them.
Oh, I do. I'm just going to check my box. See if I've chucked them in there.
Probably.
No, I'm just going to grab a set and I'll make that right.
I'll do a special deal, £7.50.
Oh, you will you? Okay. So I want to literally take this out of the packet and show you exactly how easy it is with these pens. Get that seal, if I can get into the packet. There we go. Right, so when you open them up, you have actually got a small, a medium, and a large. So I'm going to pull the small out of the packet. Here we go. Now, when you take the screw off, when you try and screw the lid off, you're going to go, I can't do it. It's back to front. So it's righty-loosey, lefty-tighty, which sounds so wrong, but that's just how you open them up. You'll be amazed how many people say that I can't get into it, and it's purely because they're screwing it the wrong way. Then I get my water bottle and I poke that in the end. Obviously, you can go to the tap, but just for speed, I'm just keeping that level. We'll fill that up. And then lefty-loosey, lefty-tighty. That sounds so wrong. That then, do you see here you've got the push button? If I push, that pumps, I'm sure you can see it coming down there. It pumps it down here, and then I'm just going to, there we go. So now we've got, that's flowing nicely. I don't need to push it now because I've got that nice flow. So if I was going to do, I need, let's go. So this is my media artist card. Let's grab out some of these. Let's go for some of this ink. Say I'm just going to pop some of the ink down. Oh, you can't see that. Let me move this plate across. Can you see it now? Just popping some ink down on there. So I can pick up and then paint with that quite easily. If I want extra water out, then yes, I'll squeeze a little bit on my messy mat, and then I can dip into it to make it more wet if I wanted to. If I want to keep it neat, then I would come in and then take the colour off and blend that through. So perfect. Now, keeping this, because that's now blue, if you squeeze it, circly on there. Okay, so it's clean, but the pigment from that ink has obviously made that dirty. But it doesn't matter because they all get dirty. Look, if I show you some of my older ones, look. But it's clean, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I wanted to have a look at was the acrylic markers. Now, with it being acrylic, you're going to think, ah, well, I can't paint with them. You absolutely can. If you, let's make sure that I've got that nice and moist ready to go. Yeah. So, colour down your acrylic. Pull that out with your water brush. All you've got to remember is that you've got to work quicker. If this dries on your card, then you won't be able to move it because it's got the acrylic in it, which is permanent. So when that's dry, that would turn out like this, okay? Then you can go back in with your acrylic marker maybe and put maybe a doodle in and you want to put detail in. That's exactly what you do. But then you think, oh, well, actually, I just want to soften that up. So you can just build and play. Now, if you go onto black card, I haven't done one of these for ages, but I'll try. I'm just going to grab some white ink. Oh, good news for you guys. The white ink is coming back in. It's on its way. I'm just going to print myself a bubble. I can't remember how... let's try a little bit of... Just pop a few bits around. Just to make like a bubble with some colours or something. So we'll have a bit of blue. And then maybe a little bit of pink. I'm going to put that in there. I'm not, obviously. And then you can put some of the little... So then you've got that kind of bubble effect. So if you like to experiment with that type of thing, then these markers are going to be brilliant for that. And these are half price, so they're $7.99, and it gets you 24 colours. So you can paint with them. You can, if you do journaling, you can go through stencils with them. For instance, if I bring this in here, I could maybe just like scribble around and do like so, as opposed to going through with ink, but you can be a bit more arty with them, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's pop that in there. So that is our acrylic markers at $7.99. We've covered those. We've done a little bit of painting with these. Of course you can drag the pad and everything. What about just a bit of blending? So I'm going to use some smooth card for this. And in here we have got, these were my pads that I used at Telly for these. So look, there's a peachy colour there. Let's pull that one out because I know that that will go with this one. That looks about right. We'll do that. And then if I show you this, it might be this colour that matches. Do you see? So I could blend, then I could layer with my acrylic marker. So where is my foam pad? Let's grab that. If I just pop that on here, and then you get a beautiful soft blend. Maybe you're just going to die cut that piece. I'm going to go into a slightly darker shade on that, and I'm going to have to use the same piece. Let's just get that colour off there. And I'm going to go into this one now. These are great if maybe there's a group of you. Maybe you've got the grandkids round. Maybe it's a gift for somebody who's just starting out, and it's going to give them 26 colours to play with. So they're going to blend together really easily. Now, they do stay wet enough long enough to chuck a clear embossing powder on. So, of course, you can emboss with it. I'm not going to do that now because my embossing gun is way behind me. I do love the way that the bases are coloured to the colour. Means you haven't got to do any labelling, which is brilliant. So that is those. We've covered... Is there... Paul, are you using your phone? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have a double check to see if any more questions have come up. But whilst we're here, we best look at my at this ink pad here. So this one has got like the linen kind of cloth that goes over the top, and I don't want to press in it because I'll get a black finger, but that's loaded up with ink really quite nicely. And if we just grab a stamp, let's use one of these. I just use a little bit of my honeycomb, pop that onto here. Again, the same as you would do with a VersaFine. Nice little taps. And let's do it onto this one here. That gives you a really beautiful stamp. Now, I suppose the ultimate test would be a silhouette. I hear you say. Now, let's have a look. I'm sure I've got a silhouette stamp. Nature's Dream 2 has got a silhouette stamp. Well, can I find it? There we go. That should be fine. Now, what I'm going to do is bring in my platform. I'm going to pop a little piece of card and I'm going to stamp the silhouette over the top of this little piece here. So we're going to layer that down like so. I'm going to bring it up so you can actually see what I'm doing. Pick the stamp up and then we will give that an ink up. Now, where's my pressure tool? I haven't got it to hand, but if you need a pressure tool, you can rub the pressure tools on. We've got them on the website. And then if I wanted to, you see that is perfect and crisp, but maybe I want to put a little bit more on. It doesn't need it, but if I did, of course, because it's in a platform, it's going to stamp down in exactly the same place. I just think for the money that these are, £2.99 for one or 2 for £5 is exceptional value. So that's that ink. Let's put the silhouette stamp away. Of course, crazy price on the Nature's Dream 2 bundles at $59.99. You'll get that stamp. What else have I got left that I haven't looked at? Just gonna have a little look around. Ah, the Old Faithfuls. These. Now, this used to be my favourite trio, the pastels. Of course, they're going to mix in together. Why do I love these inks? It's the vibrancy. It's the ease of you. What? Oh, let's just get some clean foams on. Let's just go for it. Come on. If I'm blending, I do prefer a foam, but if I'm going through my stencils, then of course I like a brush. Now I'm going to do a few different things here. First of all, I'm going to get some of the green. Now this mat is obviously a little bit dirty, so if I get a bit of contamination, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pop some water down there and I'm going to use one of my stamping sheets to pick up the ink and just lay some of that down, so that we're just going to start and create a bit of a background. Now, it's see-through enough for me to see where my ink is going. Then I'm going to dry that up. Now, that's settled on there, so I'm going to roll over there and just knock that colour back a little bit. Then I'm going to go into a darker one. And again, the same. The more water you put on, obviously it's going to give you a different effect. But you can see how nice they're starting to layer together. Now at this point, if I thought, oh, do you know what? I really wanted a darker teal and I haven't got one in these water reactive inks. Of course, you can go into this ink. You can do the same thing. You can squidge down some ink because it's water-based. You can add in your water and you can pop some of that darker in there too. They are going to work together because they're both water-based. It's extending your colours as well. I'll end up soaking all the way through there. So we're building up this background. Let's go in with, and let's go with, I'm going to go for this blue. Now, as I'm going through, I'm putting less and less water in, and I'm being a little bit more specific where I'm placing my ink. A bit lighter where I'm landing it, because I've gone from light to dark, but now I'm building up this really nice, let's just get that clean. I'm going to lift this up. You can see all of those colours nicely together. Now, realistically, I should be drying this with my heat tool. I'm just going to knock that back a little bit. And it's just so I can do the next stage. Okay. Just make sure you've got no water on there. Ideally, let it dry naturally or heat set it. But now I can start going on and then blending on top of. With either of the inks. But we've kind of had a little look at these inks, so I'm going to stick with these ones because, again, these are a cracking deal. I'm going to go for this beautiful. It's almost like, if I had to liken it to an ink, I'd say Uncharted Mariner. I'm just going to blend through. But look at that blend. The card I'm using on here is the Media Artist. Whenever I use water, I go onto the Media Artist. Okay, now what I want to do. Please, can I borrow? Are you still using your phone?
I am.
Okay. I need to check for see if there's any comments. Sorry, Paul is serving customers as they come in and he's doing the orders and keeping up to date with everything. Now look at that beautiful effect. And then you could still go on top. Maybe we're going to use a stencil on the top of there. Now, this is when I would swap. You see, I'm not going to go on with my foam because the look, it's not so crisp. I'm going to grab a brush out. And I'm just going to start building up that background. This is the fun bit, playing and experimenting with inks. Maybe you're going to slide your ink pad over the top of the stencil, give that a spritz to wet it, and then a nice pattern on there. Then you're going to, oh, It's going there now. I won't be able to sleep tonight because that's wonky. But then you've got that lovely kind of effect as well. Honestly, I could go all day. How are we doing? Thank you so much, guys, for the orders coming through. We really, really appreciate it. And we're really pleased that you're bagging yourself an absolute bargain with these deals. Right. I mean, we thought about it long and hard, and we could have just put an offer on and you get a % off of everything. But we've put a lot of thought into this, and we've planned it, and we wanted to put together some really good packages for you. And I think we've really covered this essentials well. Right. Paul, is there any way that I can just have a look at your phone? Just
have to bear with me a second.
Right, I'm going to turn you round because I feel like I've covered all of those deals. One thing I might want to show you. Here we go. Thank you. Right. Let's see where we're at. You think the website's going into meltdown? I can't log in again and just lost the Facebook Live area. Okay. I would just say, bear with us. Obviously, there is going to be a lot of traffic on there. Let me just see. I don't know. I mean, bearing in mind I'm on Paul's now. Let's have a look. Anacalistics. Okay. Right. Yeah, there is quite a few of you on there, but that should be okay. I'm just going to see if it tells me where people are at. Homepage, product page, homepage. I feel almost like I'm technical minded. I'm not. That all seems... I mean, yeah, there is quite a few of you on there, but I would just say keep trying, Wendy. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Might be checkout where there's that many people trying to check out at the same time. That's what causes it.
Yeah, it like a little congregation, so to speak. Right, so that's that question. Stamp breast markers and ink pads bought. Fabulous, Liz. Thank you. You will enjoy them. Love these markers. I use them all the time. I've ordered second set. Again, that is a good idea. Why is there this price? Placed orders. Right, do you know what? I think I've got you all happy. I want to come on again today. I think later on tonight, when I'm at home, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to find something to do. And we're going to go through, we'll talk about the deals again and make something. I'm going to come on at 7 o'clock tonight. So if you want to join me tonight at 7, please do. Paul, you can have your phone back now. Get them orders packed. Stop slacking. I think I better go and help him. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy shopping around the website. Please bear with us, and I will hopefully see you all later on tonight at 7 o'clock. Thank you. Bye-bye.